So far we have built a front end. If you remember that till now we have designed entire front end. It's like just a dummy part, and we have this cart item. If you see, we have done all the pages required earlier in my videos. If you remember, this is the place order page and everything is there. Okay. So now, and we have also designed the endpoints. So we have designed different endpoints, like we have designed endpoint for products and the users and the orders. So now we have to link this front end and back end. So this is our back end, this is our front end. So we have to link those. So for linking, we need to do API calls, and there are so many configurations needed to be done, including the Redux state management and many more, like images with the Multer library to fetch these images, save it, the image links in DB and call it. So if you remember our MongoDB, so if you remember we have the products database, so I have to now save the image also, like we will now load the images in real time. So for collecting the front end and back end, we can use Fetch API or Axios. So in this tutorial I will use Axios, because Axios is like kind of a library that does the same, and Fetch is like a simple like it a basic JavaScript function, that method that is provided to fetch data. So now that's a e-commerce application, so I found that using Axios is better here. So I will be use Axios to fetch the database, fetch the data from the backend, and using the endpoints and render it in the front end. So for that purpose we can use effect fetch data. You can fetch data, use the Axios call and go to that link, our backend link. So like no defined, actually we haven't defined the method. So basically if you go to products, I think API /test, yeah, let's see this only. So we have this backend, and that is our front end. So we will now make this backend, which is in port 5173, to communicate with the backend that is in port 3000. So for that we have to make the API calls and send the request to this URL. Like it is our Postman earlier, if you remember that. So we are providing the endpoints here. So if you remember here, this is the endpoint. So localhost 3000, then API /product. So this is the client. It is also a client that making a request to the server to send us the product. So if you send the request, our server is running, you will get the data here. So now these things we have to set up in our front end, like on React side, or like this is our home page, that is the product page. We should receive those product from this backend. So here, like it's a dummy client, so it just can send a request to the endpoints and fetch the data and send it a response. Now we, as a front-end developer or in front-end side, we need to use the data to render it like this way. For now, like I am just running through an array and print this data. Now we will fetch this data, make a request to the backend and bring it here. So that is the one part of integrating the front end and back end, or you can say API wiring, someone called it. Okay. So how to do that? For that we will use the Axios actually. Let's see the docs. So we need to install the Axios, and let's see some example. So you can see that we are sending the GET request to this endpoint. Then we can do then and finally block, and we can do in modern try catch block also. Also they have provided example. So we can send the post request and send some data also. We can do many things. You will come to learn more when I will use this practically. Okay. So before that, I want to use a store management here. So why I'm saying store management or state management, basically because if you see that we have this cart, and whenever we go here and add to cart, then it should be added to cart, and at the same time it should update the state of this component. So these are two different components. If you remember, this is a navbar component and this is our product section component, something product page like okay, page component. So two different components need to be updated at the same time. So it's like how to do that in React. So there are many ways to do it. Many tools are available. Like you can use context API, like it's inbuilt feature to manage this state. Like here, state management, I mean like updating the two different component at the same time. Like we're gonna add the cart and it should update the cart here. So for that purpose, in this video, I will be using a very famous tool that is called Redux. So let's go to their official website and see that. So see, the centralize your state and logic enable powerful capability. So this is the one of the part of the Redux. What we are going to use for API calls also using this Redux to manage the state, like everything. Like we will face the error if there is some error. We will face the loading state if the data is taking some time to come from the backend, depending on the bandwidth of your network. So we're gonna use many things here. So for that we need to install one dependency, that is Chrome extension basically, that's called Redux-dev-tool, that will help you to manage us the state, like see us the state and how to do that. So let me search that. Its name is like something like that, Redux-dev-tool. It's a Chrome extension basically. So let's see, go here and download this first. So see this how it's working. Here some given some example. Let me show you that. See that kind of tool, it will be visible to you basically. So here you can see the all the state will be shown here. Like we can see the action, and you will understand it better when I go into. I will give you some brief intro about the state, how it work. Then you will get to know this about. Okay, so let's first add this extension if you haven't added it already. Let's add to Chrome. So you can show the extension here, and one more thing, you can see the extension here also now. Let me expand this, and if you come here you will see the Redux-dev-tool. See here. Right now nothing is configured, so no store found. See, so we have to first set up the store, then it will know about the stores that we are using. So for that we need to install some dependencies. Okay, I will show you that how to do that. Let's get to into the npm. Version 5 it's coming now. This is the library for installing the Redux. Like Redux is kind of library that will use to manage our stores or state. I am saying stores, but assume it is state actually. So we will use this Redux. So but there is specialized library also for using Redux with React. Actually Redux is a is a kind of a plugin that can be used by different frameworks. Like you can use in React, Next.js, and React Native or anywhere. So we need to mention that, so that we need to install one additional library for using this Redux in our React. So that library called Redux. It's 10 p.m. So 9.1 is like stable version. So I'm gonna download this one only. It doesn't make any difference, but as I use it in my old library, so I don't want to break our project, so I will install this one. So Redux Run is kind of middleware for Redux, so it will allow it to do asynchronous call basically. So we will have two type of state management calls. One will be synchronous call, like once Synchronous means that at one at a time all the thing will be updated. Asynchronous means one state may be updated, another may take some time to update. So it will allow to write and can interact with Redux store dispatch and get method. So we will use that to Redux thunk. Can we use it kind of middleware there, and we can use that. Okay, so and finally that thing that connect our Redux dev tool and our app is using Redux dev tool extension. So we're gonna install that. So this will help us to okay, it's depreciated. Yeah, maybe this one. So let's install this. First let's install and Redux. Maybe let's start new terminal session. Maybe let's go to client. Let's install Redux. So perfect, we have installed that. Let's see our package of JSON. Redux we have 5.0.1. React Redux. Let's install this version actually. So we have installed this one also. Let's check. Okay, perfect. Let's install the Redux thunk now. Let me close this. Perfect. Now the last tool is Redux dev-tool extension helper. So it will help us to view the extension. Okay, connect our this extension to our app. Okay, we need to use this function basically. I will show you how to create this tool now. Let's install this now. Okay, maybe in future these extension may change, so don't worry about it. You will find it in the docs. So every day like this, the React community is growing and so many things are changing. So yeah, let me see. Perfect. So we have our necessary things. Let's now build our store and connect this to the Chrome dev tool. Okay, so we can look for it. React Redux store, maybe search something like that. Let's check this one and this one also. Firstly, let's know what is store. Store, it's kind of a centralized storage that will hold the entire state of all the components in the application. So whole state tree of your component. So it's kind of a tree actually. Like we have this component which will have some parent component. This will have some grandparent and then child, like that. So the only way to change the state is to dispatch an action on it. So there are three things basically: the reducer, action, and dispatch. So action is like what kind of action will be taken on like change of state, and change of state is defined in reducer, and those action changes is happen by dispatching those changes. So these three things is the basic of Redux. So you will come to know more once I use the Redux. You will get familiar with every terminology and you will just understand that, and you will be able to connect the dots like how to connect, how to make those changes. So we have this method get state. We will come to know dispatch. So you will understand this. Okay, so enough about that. Let's start with React Redux and see that how they are creating the store here. There are so many hooks also. Use selected, use dispatch. We will come to know about them. They have not given. So let's create the store now. I will show you how to create a store. Go to source and create our store file. So it will be named as store.js. We not going to any HTML component inside it. So let's make it plain JS. So let's close all this now. We don't require this. Now let's uh, create the store. Okay, so for that we need to so first of all, let's create a reducer that will store all our reducer. A reducer is like kind of a function that we will use, that is used by Redux to change the state based on action. Okay, so let's define that. So I will use combined reducer because there will be so many fields, like for products, for orders, for users. There will be so many, reducers we will add later. Okay, so for now I'm just creating this const reducer equal to combine reducer. No, it's not picking it. I should import this. It's not coming. Combine reducer. Oops, it's not coming. Oh, let's import this. It is coming from basically from Redux only. Okay, import Redux. Okay, now it's to recognize. Okay, so turn on an object whose value of different reducer function into single reducer function. See, there are so many reducer will be there. So you might be get difficulty in understanding what I am trying to say here, but I will explain it, and once I will show you that in code, you will can connect this statement and understand that what I was saying. So whose already written into a single reducer function, it will call every child reducer and gather the result in a single state object whose key correspond to the keys of the past reducer function. So it's kind of combine all the reducer, like basically you need to understand that. Okay, so we created that, and then we need to create our initial state. So every state will have some initial state that we can change by some action, on dispatching some action. So like initial state, like suppose the initial state of a body is has rest, so it will have initial state as 0. Now once we take some action like move the body, it will change state from rest to moving or in motion. So it's kind of a change in initial state. Initial state we need to define. Likewise, for every object we will create here, we need to define initial state. Like suppose for products, like cart, what will be cart initial object? It will be 0 because initially cart will be empty. So those kind of thing we define inside initial state. Okay, so now we define our middleware here. So we need to define arrays of middleware, so we can define anything here. So I will use thunk here. Let's import this thunk. Import Redux thunk, and it will be thunk. Perfect. So we need to define something in from Redux again. That will be it legacy. Now legacy create store as create store. So why I'm doing this, because nowadays we use actually something called Redux toolkit, so that we do have to avoid all those kind of the code that we are usually doing main coding of Redux. So but I wanted to show you like what are the basic of Redux. So from this tutorials or from this product you will know that what are the basic concepts of Redux and how we are using the Redux toolkit to implement that. For that purpose I am using this traditional way of creating store. That's why it's legacy, because now mostly the Redux is transformed to Redux toolkits. Okay, so in some different product I will show you that. So for that stay tuned. So let's create a store now. So we'll create a store, like create store. We will pass our reducer and we will pass our initial state, and we need to pass something called compose with dev-tool. So it will connect our store to the dev-tool. So we need to import that. Let me copy this. Redux, let's see, compose with dev tools from Redux dev tool. Okay, so we're gonna need this to connect our app basically. So compose with that tool, and finally we need the middlewares. So apply middleware, it will come from Redux. So let's see that store and answer that apply middleware to the dispatch button of Redux store. So you can use any middleware there from Redux store. So see that it's handy in such tasks like asynchronous action in concise manner or logging action. So Redux in package we can use that apply middleware. Okay, so we can read more here. Okay, apply middleware. So what we're gonna do here, we will spread operator to spread the middleware basically. That's it. Because we only copy those things, these things to here. Okay, hope this should create our store, and we need to register this store to our entire app basically. That will be the last step, and to use that we need to export that, export default store. So we'll export it and we'll use it our main page, that is index.js main.js. Okay, so we're gonna remove this part and use provider. No, it's not coming. We need to store that provider from React-Redux basically. So we need to provide that the store actually basically store equal to store, that is importing from the store file, that is our in source directory. Okay, so when this is used, so everything will now our entire app is wrapped inside this store. To this store will be available to everything what we define inside the app, like every component. So in this way store is kind of a global storage that is stored the initial state or anything, okay, to be applicable to every other component. Okay, so hope you get this. Let's see that it should be now available in our dev. Now we should be able to connect our store. Initially it will be empty, but you will see that. Let's inspect this. Let's open in a window and let's see our store. It should recognize the store here. Okay, no store found. Okay, I have done this mistake basically. It should be a function, so we need to pass inside a function basically. Okay, it should be like this. So apply middleware should be inside a compose dev-tool so that it will identify the our store. Okay, let's see now. Okay, let's open a dev-tool. Let's see the Redux. I'm going to, yeah, okay, see. Now we have something. Now we can see our store. We are able to identify the store basically. So okay, it's saying that we have empty componenet, so that's why. Okay, leave it, you don't require this. So I will do here something. Yeah, see, in different window we can store, we can see this way, or there is many ways to show it. You can open in window also. See, it's a different window. So we have all the state now. Tree structure, we can see the chart structure, row state. So we have empty store now. We don't have anything in our store, but we are able to connect our store to the our app. So state difference, if there is state change, we'll see. So we'll get quite handful in this. So quite handy, and we are able to connect our store now. Perfect. Next, I will show you how to fetch this data, and inside use a reducer to fetch the data from the backend. But before that, I will use something called Multer. So we need the image in backend. So I will use some tool. Right now, if you see our MongoDB, we are just storing something like that. But here we will store the image URL to be rendered in the front end. So for that purpose, we will use something called Multer, and we will use to firstly save our images in backend. After that, I will use the state to fetch our data and show in the front end. Okay, let's do that way. So Multer is a handling multi-port form which primarily used to uploading files. Okay, we'll use it. Okay, So you can see some. I'm going to show you how to do that. I will create one endpoint also to update the image. Okay, let's do that. Before that, let's save our changes and save our changes. So we are able to create the store. Perfect. Let's now use a Multer to save our images first. So we'll work in backend side now. So we can close the client side and we will start from backend side. Okay. So let's do that. So in the last lecture we have developed store, I guess. So if you remember the step, so now we have store setup. Now we are ready to run. So before that, I told you like I will just put the images first. Like in database, if you see the database, we are just simply doing some sample.jpg, something like that. But now in reality, we will use a library called Multer that will store the our images, link a name in the backend database, and we can fetch it and we can create a link to view that image. Okay, let's see how we can do that. Then I will go into the how to use the store. Okay, let's me first set up this front in the backend side. So now speed the terminal. Let's go into npm run dev. Now we can run independently because they are not connected right now, but soon they will be connected. Npm run start development server. Okay, so now our client and server both are running. So let's look into the library called Multer first. So we have done this Multer. We already searched in last lecture. Okay, so let's close this and let's see. So right now I am just using a database called not database, it is just coming from Frontend library. So but if you use this library, we can make it a call from backend. Okay, this is library. It's kind of middleware for handling multi-port form data, which I primarily use for uploading files. Okay, bus Wi-Fi must so see that first we need to create one folder called upload. There we gonna and we put this way, the single image upload. You will get to understand once I get into this. See this. This is the way they are creating the files and storing it. Okay, so I'm gonna do it in different way because it's like the older way, but we are using the that MJS type of file, so it will be different, somewhat different, but concept remains same. Okay, so let me install that and store it back inside only. We can just create a link there to upload the images one way towards it will be database, then database can retrieve it easily. So let's do that. Let's go to our, let's close the client, we don't require the client now. Let's go to products.mjs. Let's import Multer first. Import Multer from Multer. See, it's coming now. So first we gonna make this, then we're gonna make a, after calling the router, we'll create a storage. So here it will provide the image name and the source directory where we're gonna store it. Storage equal to multer dot tick storage. So tick storage, let's see what it's set to. A string of function that may be specified to a destination directory, and a function to determine file names. Okay, two things will do: destination directory where you're gonna save the images and a file name. Okay, if they know sunset, it will be stored in the system temporary directory and with random 32 character file names. Okay, so we need to set it here actually. So we'll provide a destination here. See that uh, we need to provide a request and a file and a callback. So we'll define a callback here. I think it will be like that, something like that. So here we provide the source. First argument will be null, and we then provide the where it will store. So it will store in source uploads. This folder is not present. Then we need to provide a file name, and we can provide any name, but I prefer to use with the date file and a callback. And these are two features as I explained here. The first will be destination where you're going to store and a file name if you want to modify it. So it will be like null and backtick start $sign dynamic render. We're gonna write here JavaScript code here. That's right. Date dot now. It's going to be a string and a file name. File dot original name. Okay. So we're done with that. Let's now create upload one variable and it's called a multer function and provide the storage that we created here. Process okay. So we'll provide a storage. Storage engine is special to store the file if the storage is not set. Okay. So this we have already set source upload. Okay. Now just we need to modify here. We're gonna do this like this and go to the post request, create product post request. Single, and we need mention a type of multiport. It will be image. Okay. Process file is kind of image, so it is. So now we're gonna destructure everything here apart from the image. Images will be coming from different thing. Okay. So requested body. So here you can do here something like that. Cost image. It's gonna be image. Image equal to request dot file. Why request? Because it's created a ring. So we'll get the request header and name the file name and we're gonna store it in database. Okay. Let's see. It should work. Let's create a project. Let's say to go to our Postman. And the same link we have created a collection here, products, and let's create product. Let's provide environment. So now what we're gonna do here, we have to use something else. It's not a direct way to, create a post request. There is other way also. So yeah, form data also. So we'll use that form data now. You can change here image or file. Okay. So first one is let's see the payload first. Raw we have. So let's create another instance of this. Let's duplicate this tab. Okay, let's go to form data, and here we need to select. Let's select image also first. Name is not there. So name should also be there. I'm doing it mistakenly. Let's go to the routes. I've forgotten it. Let's go to schemas first. Let's see the products. We should have name. Yeah, name. We are not providing a name here. So I have name. That's so silly. And same for would request also, I guess. I'm not updating a name here. How it is possible? Should provide a name also. Okay, now it's correct. I'm forgetting the name actually. So where is that create product? Okay. So let's do that now. Name, it will be text, and value will be, let's say, sample. Not sample. Let's keep something like mouse. Later we'll upload the now second will be image, and it will be kind of file. And third one will be image, and we have brand. Let's say Logitech. And then we should have category, I guess. Category, it will be electronic. Description, rating, price, count and stock. Description is S or description only, no? Okay. Mouse, port, touch, mouse, something. And next will be, I guess, rating. .0, and we have price and count and stack. Price, suppose $10, suppose 10.00, and count in stock. Let's give it 5. And let's try to upload image. Where is the image? Select anyone. And let's create an image. Let's see. Hope everything should work. Our server is not running. So let's see. We need to do one more thing actually. We need to create a token first, because we are not a user. So let's log in by any user. Let's see Ben is admin also. Let's log in the user. Yeah, let's log in him. So we got the token. Let's provide a token. Authorization, bearer, what it is, let's see. Admin permission required. Is not admin. Ben is admin. How it is possible? Okay, we directly provide admin authentication. Okay, we are doing a mistake here actually. Firstly, you have to authenticate it also. Import. This is name middleware. Let's see, authenticated user. I'm not sure. I should copy this and paste here. Now I should use it. It will work. What happened? cannot read the undefined property of file name. Okay, why it is that like that? Okay, I have make a mistake here. You guys might have figured out. Okay, I think the file is not selected. Okay, because there is no file. Okay, let's try to use Thunder client because Postman is failed in my earlier also. I was trying to do this. Let's go to Thunder client. Let's get a new request. Let's make it like that. Let's provide the body in form, and let's provide the path here. It will be a post request. Let's provide the URL also. What is the URL? But last time also it was failing. Okay. So let's provide the body again. Okay, let's not here. Let's do here image. Okay. Let's choose a file this time. Okay, let's see now. It's uploaded. Not it should work now. Should provide a token. Authorization. Bearer. bearer bearer. bearer. Let's copy the token. Okay, it should work now. We have done so much work. Body is correct. File is there. Everything is there. Okay, why I am getting this? Let's run it again. Let's try to do this again. Invalid token. Let's generate a token again. I shouldn't get this error actually. Not sure why I get this error. bearer bearer. Okay. No such file in directory. Okay, now we're getting something else. Okay, I should have created this folder. Sorry, I need to create this folder. Uploads. Hope it's not coming in MongoDB now. 5 on here. Okay, it's not coming. Sorry. Let's restart the server. Okay, it's work actually basically. So let's try to do again. Perfect. So we have getting these details: mouse, this electronic grade mouse, see the image also. Now image is exactly image path. So if you go here, uploads, we will see the image also. See that? Nice. That's what I wanted. And if you go to MongoDB, refresh, perfect. You will see the image here. So that is the way we are storing. So now it's the real image part. So image will become like that. So congratulations, we are able to integrate Multer to our app. Okay. Now I will show you. Now I will fill all the fields. Okay. Now I will remove everything and fill with original product data. Okay. I will use it array. You can do it also. Try it your own because I already provided data. If you go to client side, go to data maybe. Haven't created data. Yeah. Products data. So I will fill everything now. The original data that we have. Okay. So total data. After that, after filling, I will go into my front-end side and go to the folder. Let's see the product home page maybe. Yeah, home page. Here I will just now fetch the data dynamically from the database, and for that I will personally show you without using the Redux how we can do normally and what's the issue we'll face, so that we will have to use the Redux. Okay, we'll show you that. Before that, let's commit our changes. Let's start a git bash shell. Multer library entry get for image saving in DB. Okay, next we will fetch the through Axios. We will use Axios. I will show you how to fetch data using Axios, and we will retrieve the data. Okay. So I have filled all the products as I told you. So if you go here, so you will see that I have filled all the products that we listed in the array we have created earlier for the front end side. If you remember the first lecture, so I am filling those filled here, and images are also being updated here. You see here, these are all images are all come on upload folder now, so these are coming from directly from database. So now let's do one thing. Let's go to the front end now. So in the front end, let's close the server. Let's go to client side and close the assets data also, and let's go to home page maybe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let me close this. So this is the home page. Earlier we are going through the directly array that we are importing. Now we're gonna use the React to fetch data using Axios first, using use effect and use state first via Axios. Later I will show you when I will create set up our state. It will be it will come using reducer. We will use dispatch and use selector hook. There will be many things which I will discuss first. But first let's bring it in normal way that an usual React operation work. So what we can do here, for that you should know about Axios actually. So I'll provide the method here and everything. There can be better way actually. So there are many things actually. We will use it later. Base URL also provide once we will deploy it, header, footer, everything. So but for most part we just gonna use, let's see some example. Yeah, this method will be axios.get, then if not then this. Okay, so let's try to do that. Apart from this, let's search that there is try class block is there or not. Okay, here it is. So we will design this way, it will more useful. Try catch block, we will take a response using the await method, and it will be async method, and we will call this inside the use effect. Okay, I will show you that, because every should use effect like once the state is changed, it will update our DOM element. So let's try to do that. I will comment this because we are not importing from you will get some error, don't worry. We are not importing the array now. So what you can do here, you can do const let me write use state. If you saw my earlier project video, I have explained that how to use state and what are the benefit of using that. It's just basically store the state, and we can just once the component render, we can call this state, and we can we can get the info from that state. So set I will do products. So it will be initially, it will empty array, there will be no products. So let's define the empty state here, and after that you're gonna define our function here, const let's call it as fetch products equal to, it will be arrow function, and so we will start our try catch block. Try catch error. So if there is error, console log error, fetching product, error. So let's start our try catch block. So first thing we do, we're gonna take the response. As you have seen, this same thing exactly we will do according to the documentation. If it is visible to you guys, let me zoom in for you. So here, like, await response will call, you will first use a get method to get through the URL, the backend URL, and that's it. Let's do that. So const response equal to Axios. For that we need to install Axios now. I've forgotten about that. So let's start the client side. So we'll go to Axios and install it. That is minimum. So let's go to introduction, maybe. Let's go to getting started. Introduction here. So let's install this. Client side only. Okay, now I can import Axios. Okay, first time it won't come. Let's import it manually. Import Axios from Axios. Now we can use it. Axios dot get method, and we'll provide the URL. What is the endpoint URL? If you check it, if you go to Thunderbolt or maybe Postman, let's go to get products. So this is the end URL through which we are importing everything. Okay, we are getting the products now. So we're gonna get this data through this endpoint. So we need to call this endpoint. So use the backticks here and provide the URL, and let's replace this with the value of this port 3000 only. So I need to store some course libraries also. So you will get a course error. I will show you what's the error actually, and yeah, that's it. So we can do here, like when set products with response dot data, basically. So it will set the products, and we can now loop it through, and it should work exactly same. Okay, let's see that if you get some error or not. You will get some error. I will show you that, and before that we need to call this method inside the use state, actually use effect. So let's do effect, use effect snippet. It will be easier to write actually. So use effect is there, and use state is not imported. Let's import that. We'll get error. Okay, so first thing we need to call this method. Inside this we're gonna fetch products. We'll call this method, and we don't need to clean up here. So basically not required. That's it, I guess. So you will get one error actually. Let me run the server first. I want to show you this error actually. npm run dev. Okay, and if you go here, go back to our pages and refresh the page. Okay, we are getting this error because product is empty, and there will be one more error. If you go to console, see, access to http request at this origin this has been blocked by course policy. So cross origin resource sharing. So this kind of error basically it done for security purpose, that no endpoint can hit a backend. So we need to allow the backend to get the hit from the endpoints that we define inside a course header. So let's search for course express maybe. So let's see this about this. So we need to install the course header, then we need to use this way, and inside that course header we need to provide the URLs that this server will listen to. Okay, so there should be some more examples also. Yeah, origin, option status, we don't need to provide it. Dynamic origin also we can make it, but our is static origin, so we'll use this one only. So let's go to here. First install this in the server side. I'm going to close the server for now and install course package.json course. We have it's the front end actually. Let's start the server side and see that. Okay, course we have, perfect. So let's go to index.mjs and let's add this course header. After this we can use app.use. We can provide course. So we need to import course first. So it will be function basically, and inside this we can write our own, like origin. We need to provide origin as you've seen in the documentation here. It's the basic one, but there you can provide origin here. I'm going to copy this and paste it here, and we'll provide our link that it is giving here to our localhost here. If you see this link, so we need to provide this one. Okay, hope it is clear to you guys. So we have code set up now we shouldn't get that error. Let's restart the server. And let's see now what we get error here. Course error should have removed now. Okay, it's gone now. Let's see what are the other errors first. Let's refresh the pages. Router called the undefined map we are getting here. So fetch products. Okay, I haven't made async await. Sorry about that. Async await, it's a asynchronous method actually. Okay, now it should work. Now let's see. Okay, we are getting the error. So but the images has not come because we need to make API call to get .image also now. Okay, I will show you that. But the course error have gone and we are officially getting the data from database. Okay, if you see how to confirm that it is getting from backend, let's go to network tab and refresh this page once. So you will see that there are so many things are coming. Yeah, see, so requested URL, it is making a request to port 3000 API products. From that we are getting the products actually. So if you see here, response header, these are the header. If you see the payload, see in payload we have getting the products. It is directly coming from the database, if you see that, and we are rendering it perfect. So see here, data also coming here. You see all the data are here. So now we are making API call and we are rendering the products. And let's now work on those images. How can we get those images? Okay, so let's down it now, and let's come here. Product ID, cool. Should get the product ID. Yeah, product ID we are getting. What we can do here, so image here is like we need to add something else here, actually where the image is present basically. So if you, let's go back here. So I already told you, like using the Multer library, it is created in the upload folder. If you provide this here, upload folder, here it is. So it will fetch that uploads. Okay, just we need to add maybe product dot image img only. Okay, so it should get the data and render the image. Okay, let's see, I will show you. Let's go back, let's see, let's refresh the page. Okay, still not coming. Let's see, these are warning only, but images are not coming. It should have come now. So we are getting the undefined basically because let's go to index. I will show you that we haven't used the statics file here. So we need to provide this information that we are going to use the static file express dot static. We need to provide the where this the static file is coming. So it is in src file, we need to mention that. So inside the src file we have the static files uploads, that's why. And we should have get the images. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this way you need to debug. Perfect, we are actually getting the image from database server. Nice, see it's everything is coming from database. Okay, it's these pages are not defined because we are not, I am not using the use state effective, so I am not going to use that. We will use the store creation that we learned earlier. But yeah, we are correct here, we are getting all our images. Okay, perfect. This data is coming from database directly, and now it should work directly also. Perfect. So hope you understand this from what you will learn. So let's commit our changes first, and let's replace this with the store. No. Status git add git commit fetching data from fetching data via Axios from backend and render with image. Okay, so done with that. Next we will set up the store and start using the Redux tools to actually fetch the data. Okay, so we have done with the rendering the data from backend using Axios, and we are not using the Redux that we set up earlier. So for that purpose, let me open the Redux-dev-tool here so that you can see easily. So for now we don't have anything, we have empty state. So for now I will set up this reducer, and let's see what will happen. So let's see, first learn about the reducer first. So let me close that, we don't need. Let me search reducer. Let's search this. Reducer are function that take their current state and an action as an argument. So it is a function basically. It will take our action, like suppose the state is initial state before the product list will be empty. Then after that we will take this state, apply some action like first action will be suppose the loading state, second will be retrieving fetching the state, or something will happen like if error happened. So we will provide some action to that state and it will change the action, and that is the purpose of reducer. State action new state. So it has only one reducer function, see that it is given. So let's see how to create a reducer. So we'll provide some state, that will our initial state, and some action. Then we'll start our switch case statement and apply some action type, like what will be action type we will follow. In our case there will be like something like some API, like our frontend make a request, then the request is success, or if the request is fail. So we will have three cases for product reducer here. So let's get into that and let's create it now. Okay, so hope you understand the syntax. So I'm gonna use this, and so we need a reducer.js, or it can be any name actually. So let's go to our code base here. Let's come here in source folder. Let's create some folder here. So let's name it as reducers. So inside it we will write all the reducers here. So let's start it now. We'll create our first reducer here. Let's name it as product reducer.js. so we are not going to write HTML inside this file, so let's name it as simple JS. Let's start now. So as you've seen, we define here cons product. So we're gonna it's the product will be a list of the products, so we will name it as product list. So product list reducer, maybe reduce here. So it will take the two thing here. If you see the documentation here, it take two things, state and the action. So let's provide them. So we'll provide the state here, and our state will be initial state, and we will have inside products, and it will be initially the state will empty, of course, and the second argument is the action. Okay, so let's write something from here, and meanwhile let's close this for better visibility. So let's start our switch case statement. As you've seen here, we have the switch case statement. So switch, it will take the action type, what type of action we are handling, action dot type. Okay, so inside the switch case we will have many cases. So first case is, suppose that we will have product list request, something like that. We will have this case. As in this case, what we will gonna return here, in this case we are gonna return. So suppose the action is like we have the frontend just making a request. So in that case, it will return a state of like loading state and the empty variable. So it will return something like this. It will return an object that contain loading equal to true, and products is empty list. And then we have the another state. Suppose the request have happened and the request is now success, means we get the data from the backend. So this case will be product list success. So if success, then loading will false. We are not want to make it false, make it true, because we have the data now. And products will be the whatever the payload. So action will have one other thing that is called payload. Action have many attributes, so payload is one of them. Payload. Okay, that's it. And then we can have another state. Suppose that now some failure, something wrong happened. So in that case, we will have product list and fail. So in that case, loading will be still false, and we will get the error state. We will get some error. That error is action.payload, whatever error we get from the backend side. So either we can custom message, like if the error is true, like if this case hit, then we can either we can do that whatever error sent by the backend, or we can customize the error message. Okay, so based on that we can do that, and we need to provide a default case. Like suppose any of the case doesn't hit. So in default case, what you're gonna do? Return the state, basically whatever state we have, the initial state. Okay, hope this is clear to you. So this is our reducer function. So we have designed our reducer, and now let's include it reducer in our store file, so that store is aware of what are the things we need to do in a state provided actions. Okay, so there are too many things here. So let's look into rules. New state value on based on state and record. That's it only. It doesn't do anything apart from this. They are not allowed to modify the existing state. It's immutable update by copying the state and making changes to the copied value. That the thing is only do. They must not do any asynchronous log other than side effect. So you can read about it. There are many things written about reducer. Okay. So we cannot do like this. We just make a copy of the state, then make a no changes in top of that. So let's go to now store.js and import that. We can import like import product list reducer from product reducer that we have. Now we need to register this store in our combined reducer. If you remember, we have make here combined reducer. So we just need to provide here product list, something like that. In that product, what happened here? Product list. In that list, we're gonna provide product list reducer. That's it. That is our first reducer. So let's see that it is stored, and we can see the product list in our dev tool or not. Let's see that. So I'm gonna refresh this. Let's close this actually and open it in sidewire. Let's go to console only. So see that we have our product list here. So see that. So there should be a state actually. It should come. I don't know, maybe the internet speed, but yeah, they see that this application connected to application, and we have our state here. And this is different. Now the state are equal. So we have set up the state, and product list is coming. Later all the state will come once we load the data, fetch the data, everything will come. That case that will come. For now, we just wanted to see that it is showing up in that Redux-dev-tool or not. So now we'll do one more thing like this. These are actually variables, and we don't want to modify. Like suppose we decided to change something later about this this type of action. So we don't have to visit all the pages and change it. So better to keep in global state. So for that I will create a constant here. Okay, so constant gonna create for these actions. There will be many actions basically for orders, for users. So that's why I want to put it in centralized location. So let's create that constant TA and constants. Okay, so inside that let's create our constant product constant. product constant .js. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna let's create one here. Export. So just a string value of this. Let's do default. Let's do const. So we're gonna change this. So let's duplicate this and let's change these values. It will be success. It will be fail. Oops. Fail. So for the same thing, we just gonna import this apart from using these things. So I'm gonna import it now. Import product request success fail, and let's use them. Request success and fail. Okay, so we have done this. So hope it's working and nothing is broke. Let's refresh this page and see the state here. Okay, we have tested. Okay, now it's time for creating the actions. So let's see what is the purpose of actions here. It's a reducer only. So action. So let's see what are actions basically. So action are plain JS object that have type field. You can think of an action as an event that describes something that happened in application. Okay, so we can go through this. There are many. So event that describes something that happened in application. So add a new to do entry. We can do this action.payload. See that we have action.type as I told you. So these are the attributes of actions. Okay, action should call a smallest amount of information needed to describe what happened. Okay, so let's design that actions now. So let's come back here. Let's go into source folder. Let's create here action. Inside that, let's create our. It will be product action .js. So let's design our options here, actions here. The const list product, maybe list product products equal to, let's now you use the result. No, it will be asynchronous call because we are gonna making request from DB. So we can do here async call, and remember that we are using thunks here, Redux thunk, to make a async function. Okay, so and we will create here something like dispatch, maybe dispatch only. So let's create our function here. So what's gonna do this action? It's basically what we're gonna do here. So we're gonna fetch the data that we are doing from the main home page and using Axios, and that will be the action we're gonna do with the state. So initial state product list will be empty. Then we're gonna make a API call using fetch request and fill that product with the payload. And then if error happen, then error will shown. So this is the kind of action we want to do with the state. So we need to define that action here. So, and we're gonna dispatch this action later. I will show you. So export this also. So what's you gonna do here? So let's write out try catch block here. So we're gonna write here. So dispatch. We're gonna dispatch the type of action. So it will be product list request. So we're gonna import it now. So once we dispatch that this action, then we're gonna dispatch our success action. So before that, we're gonna first make API call here to bring the data, then send in the payload. Once the action of for success is like product list success will happen when we get the data from the backend. For that purpose, we need to first fetch the data from the backend. So that's why I'm gonna fetch it here. So data equal to Axios dot get. So we're gonna do the exactly same thing what we had done in the home page here. Why is that? Yeah. So we're gonna paste the thing here. Okay, so we have the data now. Now we can do here something like that. Dispatch. So what type will be product list success payload will be the data. So this is our second dispatch. So firstly we make an API call, then send it calling. We are making this action success action. Then we provide the data in the payload, and that it will be done. It will render in the front end. Okay, you will understand more. So suppose that now the third case is like dispatch the error. So suppose dispatch happen. So here we'll dispatch. We're gonna dispatch. The type will be product failure if something wrong happened, and the payload is error. If you remember here, payload will be error. Okay, so this error is like we are getting something from the backend. I'm not going to do. I'm gonna put a custom message. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm not going to do. I just simply pass the error, and we will modify it accordingly, because the actually if I do the error dot response dot message from the backend, so it will respond like request fail and 405 something like that. It's not user friendly. I want to put a user friendly message, so I want to customize the message. But for debugging purpose, I'm just providing the error from the backend. Okay, that's it. We'll modify it later. So we're done with the action part now. We have already exported that. So let's come to home screen and modify this code to use this action to dispatch our thing. So let's go to home page now. So we're gonna use a couple of hook here. Actually, use dispatch used to dispatch in React, because we are now using React side. So let's give into some basic like use dispatch. Let's see about this. You have the use selector, and we have this use where is that use selector? Yes, somewhere. Use dispatch. This will return a reference to dispatch function from the Redux store. So it will return the dispatch function from the Redux store. Okay, so it can use to dispatch some of the actions. Okay, so let's try that now. We don't need this now, and also we don't need to do these things. Actually, we don't require this thing also. So first of all, let's dispatch equal to use dispatch okay, it's not coming, so let's import that manually. Now we don't need Axios also, now we don't need this array also, so you can import from here. Import use dispatch from React-Redux. Hope it recognized. Hook Redux. Okay, so use dispatch here. Let's use that hook, and that's it. We call this hook, and what's we gonna do here? We will make a call of product list. We'll use the use selector here. Okay, use selector. I need to again import it. I don't want to make many mistakes, so let's import it from here directly. Use selector, as well as see the functionality of this hook also. So you select a kind of selective state. We don't want to employ for everything. That's why, like, we don't want to import everything at once. So for that purpose, we use that. So we're gonna use this use selector, and let's see how it is being used basically, actually. So where is that use selector? Let's see some code here. So I don't want, it's basically the action actually. What we gonna select, what kind of state we're gonna select. Yeah, here. So state, and it will state dot counter, something like that. So we do that now. Use selector state, whatever state we have, what we have in the state. We have, if you remember here, we have provided the product list here, that is in our state. So we're gonna call this state from our store basically. So that will be the final thing we will do here. So now we have the product list that is provided by the state that we are getting from the store. Now we can destructure the things from there. If you remember, we have three things here. Let's go to reducer only. We have the loading, we have error, we have products. Okay, these three things in the state. So let's call this, all this, destructure this error, loading, and the products. So we have these products, and we are getting from product list. Okay, so hope you understand it. This is somewhat tricky to understand. First, I am calling a dispatch function to use the use spec hook. Now I am using the use selector hook to get the state. What is the present in state? State can have many things. Like for combined reducer, we are only product list. There will be many things, order list, and something else will be there. But to get the selective part of the state, we are using use selector here. So we get our list, product list, that we have defined in our store here. Okay, and we call those property of that state. If you remember, in the reducer we have this property, we are returning this actually loading, products, and error. So we are destructuring the same thing here. Okay, so let's now call the dispatch function inside our use effect, dispatch, and list products action that we have defined earlier, and it is dispatch, depend on the dispatch hook actually when you gonna dispatch this. Okay, so list product is coming from the action that we have defined. So we are calling, now we are calling this method, which is basically doing the function calling here that we are doing earlier here, if you remember. So same thing, but we are doing using Redux way, which will be find more efficient. Now you might think like that it's so much tedious and repetitive job, but once I go through all the function calling and all the API callings, you will understand the benefit of Redux. Okay, So that's it, I guess. Let's load this. So when we are calling the product list, okay, this one only. Okay. So we're gonna call it like this way now. First we check if loading is true here. We have the loading. If loading is true, then we gonna I'm gonna use a spinner later, but for now let's display the message only. Something. So when message will be loading, something like that. If loading, then else we check for error. If any error is there now. If any error is there, we're gonna do p tag some custom method. Actually something went wrong. Else we're gonna, if the error is not happened, then we're gonna render this entire list. So this is the thing we're gonna do. So if there is loading, then we're gonna load putting a message like loading. If the error, we will put this message, and else this list. So let's see now. Hope we haven't break anything, and we should get the data as without any error. Okay, now let's see what happened wrong. Maybe I should restart the server once. Maybe the store is not loaded. Let's restart. Okay, let's see now. It should have come, but Redux also we have getting empty list. It should have come here. Let's console log this. Products. Let's see where is it missing. Maybe I missed something. Let's go to console. Okay, we have empty array. Basically we are not getting anything. Okay, so I found out again. I make the same mistake here that we had done earlier. Await, I forgot to await here. Actually it should come now. Okay, let's do one thing, like maybe see the data is coming not, but let's see the home page there is error or not. Okay, list products is action, which is a function basically, but I have just call it like this. Okay, maybe it's not able to dispatch it. Now it should come. Okay, that was error. Perfect. So if I go somewhere and come back, it should call. I'm not able to see, but we have the products list here. Okay, again, but how the products is coming? So I was getting that tool error because of because of this. So if I open this a new window, you will see all the state are being changed here. Like there, and we getting all the product in our state. So earlier we wasn't getting that. So it's a difference between the state earlier and new. So also we are getting this the actions called. So it was not showing in our there was nothing wrong. Basically you might have like seen this, you might have able to get this state in the dev tool, but mine wasn't working, so I wasn't get it. So hope you have fixed it, and yeah, let's move on now. So next will be the one single product. We wanna get this from the backend. If you remember that we are just hard coded these reviews. Now the undefined reviews is coming. So we will fix that and we will create a container for them. Okay. So because these data are not defined, if you go into the where we are pulling the data, if you go here, it's a project. Let's close this now. For now, we don't know the. So we are getting the product from here. Actually, get requests. Where is that? So if we go to products, we have the rating. So this rating has been displayed. but this is undefined now because if I go to products, actually the reviews, so reviews was undefined. So how we are dealing with that? Let's see the product action. Product action. Let's go to action actually. So, and where it is used, it is in used in home page. So let's go to home page container. So we are sending the product.rating and this one only, yeah, rating container. Let's go here. So text here, text is like product number of reviews. So number of reviews is now undefined here because if you see here, we haven't given that number of reviews. So we will calculate it by on averaging the all the ratings given by user and dividing with the total number of views and print it. So we're gonna do that. So let's do that now. And so I want to check this one. I don't want this and this. Let's close there. Let's go to data and number of reviews. Okay, did I create a module here? Let's see number of reviews. Okay, I haven't provided that, so we need to create that field. Actually we missed that. Let's do here after rating maybe. Let's make it number. Okay, good. So now let's modify let's get our endpoints support that review. So if you remember that we have the review schema here where the user and products, review are dependent on user and products basically. So it means that any products can have reviews and which is done by a user. So only authenticated user can make a review, review the product, and he cannot make more than one review. So we'll fix that, and he cannot provide rating also 0. So we will taking considered all the condition and we'll design the endpoint. So let's do that. Let's go to our, here only we'll create our review. So it will be post method. I'm gonna copy this because it will be post method. I'm going to modify this. So authentication required for this one also. So let's create this endpoint now and we'll test it also. Don't worry. So let's get this. So we'll provide the ID here and reviews maybe. Review. So let's do that. So API slash products, and I should mention the product, delete product with ID. So review product. So it will be post request. So creating reviews. So review. Let's do this way actually. Products. What we have provided for this single product. Let's see that. Of product. So we should mention this actually. So we are getting it why I'm doing this. So products, which will be ID and the review. Let's make it review. So let's do that. So we don't need admin permission because any authenticated user can do it. So we can remove this. We don't want to upload any image. Remove this. So what are the things we will need? So let's see what we have actually for reviews. We have user ID, product ID. User ID will be getting from the request.user. So let's do here const. If you remember that we have exactly done for the earlier response also. So if you go back here, ID we will get and somehow we're using the users actually. So if you don't forget that, so I want to show that, or maybe in order endpoints. Okay, retrieving, yeah. So we will get the user from request or user. Our request will already have user. Why? Because we go to our JWT tokens. So we are providing the user here. So we're passing the user decoded, and decoded is here actually token and JWT secret. So where we have provided all the user information. So request that user will have the user info. So we can do here. Where was that? In the below, I guess. Yeah. So we'll firstly const user equal to request dot user. Okay, and the rest will be from the body. So for body we will get, I think only rating and comment will pass from the review. Okay, so let's move this. Cool. So rating and comment will get from the body, and we will get the product ID from the const t structured ID from the, if you remember here, request.param. We have done this already. Params. So parameter we have already passing the ID. We'll get that ID. We'll filter the ID and check if the product is been reviewed by that user. If it is, then we will not provide a review. Or else we'll provide a review. Okay. So we got the ID. We name will be the user dot username. It will have the username. So we don't need image. So let's see. First we'll check the products is present or not. So we'll move this one also, we don't need. So we have our try catch block. So inside the try catch block we will make for product, and it will be product, and I need to so what is that? You already have the products. Okay, product dot find by ID. We'll pass the ID. That's it. Then we'll check if not equal to product. We don't find the product. Oh my god, what is happening? Then you're gonna return a response. Status 200, not 200, 400, 401 not found dot JSON, as we are already providing that message, your error, maybe error, product not found. So that part is done. Now next part is, so after that we will test that check if product already reviewed by user. So we'll check this condition. How are we gonna check that? We're gonna make already reviewed so we'll check here. Await review reviews dot find. So we'll find one is like one document only, because we will unique reviews for unique user. So we'll find it using user ID equal to user dot underscore ID and product ID equal to ID. So if this exit, if already exit, then what's you gonna do? Return response status. I remember 404 is not found. Okay, sorry, got that. And this is 400 bad request. JSON error product already review by you. It paste a nicely message. So if it already exit, then we have already reviewed, and the next case will be if check if rating is not provided. So user cannot review the product without providing rating. So we'll do that. So we'll check here if parse, we have the rating field is float, I guess. Here only. This, yeah, rating will be in this rating only. It will be string. Okay. Let's see what happened. Doesn't matter. So if you check rating, if charge or rating equal 0, then what's you gonna do? We will return as a response status 400 dot JSON response error, oopsie, error rating can't be 0. So this text is also done. Now if everything is possible, then we will create the review. What happened here? Okay, we didn't provide the string. Okay, let's do that now. So we'll create the review. So how we are going to create the review? Review equal to, why I always write const this way, equal to dot tab await new reviews, provide all the details, user ID user dot underscore ID product ID equal to ID from the params. Then we have the rating, then we have the comment, and one more thing we have, I guess, the name. Okay, name. So name will be let's see the user, I forgot that, first name only, or maybe username. We'll test it. That's the user dot username. So in this way the review is created. Now we're going to save it. So we save this. So now the last thing we need to do is to calculate the number of reviews by averaging out all the users review by dividing by the number of reviews. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, we don't need required for creating this actually. Yeah, why would we require that? This will be the asynchronous call only. Okay, So let's move on now. Let's bring the reviews, and reviews will be many reviews actually for a product based on the product ID. So based on the number of reviews by not the user, total number of users. So for every user we need the reviews. For that we will consider filter only based on the products only, because a product can be reviewed by many users. Okay, understand this. Update number of review for product. Okay, let's do that. So const reviews equal to await so we'll find many. So for that we will use find method, set of list of document. So we'll pass here the ID, we'll pass here the product ID as the ID. So we'll find the reviews, and what's we gonna do, we will accumulate all the reviews, and add their values. Then we will divide it by the length. Okay, to find the average, how to make an average. So we'll loop through all the reviews, and we'll add to the previous reviews, means previous number, and accumulate them together, find the total number of reviews. So we have the reviews here, it have the rating field. So we're gonna take the rating field, like how many ratings is provided for each review, like 4.5 for this review, which of this product 3.5. So we will calculate just a number of them and add them, like 4.5 3.5 is like 2%, that's way. Okay, so let's do that. So we'll find a total rating. So it will be reviews dot reduce function we will use. You have used earlier also in the front end side, reduce function. So let's take the accumulator and the item. So we'll add the initial value. So it's actually the average review actually I'm calculating, and number of reviews. So what's we gonna do, parse float. We'll check for each item dot review. It's rating or review, I forgot it. Rating actually, yeah. And initial value will be 0. So we have total rating now. So const average rating equal to total rating. Will make this divided by reviews. It will the length, the list of all the reviews. So we have length. Get the length of the array. This is number the higher than the highest index in array. Now we will update the product dot rating equal to average rating. So, and one more thing we need to update, number of reviews. So number of reviews is product dot number of reviews equal to reviews dot length again for each product. Okay, it's very simple actually, and we will save this now. Await product dot save. Okay, we're done with here. Okay, it might be some difficult for you to understand in one go, but it's pretty simple step. Just follow it step by step. The first step is to check that the product exists or not, then check that product is already reviewed by user or not. So if it is already reviewed, then change the aspect that it is already reviewed. Send the response as already reviewed. If rating is not provided, then test that rating can't be 0. Of course, rating can't be 0. Then we create a review and save it, and after that we will update the average rating and the number of reviews. Okay, hope it is clear to you guys. So I think 201, it's review created, and we'll send the response here. Message as product reviewed. And we'll provide the review here. Review, okay, while creating reviews. Okay, you can send this error, but it's not required. Internal server error. So we're done with this part, and let's see test this. Hope this worked till now. Send it to be authenticated users. So we'll now test it in Postman. Hopefully everything worked fine, and we able to review the product, and we'll check all other scenarios also. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, let's get a token first. Okay, yeah, was come. So let's Ben is like authenticated user, so let's take his token. And let's get endpoint here. Why is not providing me? Okay, so it will be post request, and endpoint will be let's do something like this: API slash, and we'll provide some ID here. So ID will be, let's review this first product only. Let's provide authenticate the user, authorization, bearer token, and a token. Didn't clear. What happened here? Okay, and let's provide the body now. Raw JSON. Body will have two things if you remember here: rating and comment. Let's pass them. Let's see how everything works. Internal server error. Let's see the error. Okay. Where is that? Token is provided. 28 line number 220. Something we're making mistake here. Okay, why is outside? I can pass this way only, na? Sorry. Okay, let's do that. Okay, already reviewed by me. Let's see the reviews. I don't know why I'm getting this error. Not. Let's do this. Try with this then. Okay, product reviews. We get the user ID. We get the product ID, name, and rating, comment, get product, the ID, and get added. Okay, perfect. But I'm not able to see anything here. maybe refresh this. I don't know. Okay, number of reviews updated. Okay, perfect. But I'm not able to see the reviews here. So it should have come. Maybe let's close this connection. Let's try to do this again. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so reviews come. Great, we have able to do that. So let's check the other condition. So let's log in at different user now. Yes, different user. Maybe go to users here. Login. Let's use some different user now. Let's go to user. Users. Let's test. Let's get the token. Let's change the token here. So let's provide a rating at 0 here. Let's see what will happen. Oopsie, why invalid token? Okay, because of this. Okay, let's try again. Rating can't be 0. Perfect, great. Let's give him 1 only. Perfect, created 201. Let's check the MongoDB for products only. Number of reviews 2 and the reviews also. Okay, so an average rating is also getting. Great, we are able to do that. Perfect. So endpoint is working. Next time I will create the Redux for the getting the list of products for single details. We haven't done that, but before that I want to create this review, so I done that. So now we can commit our changes here. What happened here? Why I'm getting this much? Git status, git add, and this is commit for the previous one also. Previously we also made the changes for I should have committed, but yeah, anyway we done the both changes together. I should have commit about the products, that error we are getting, so I haven't committed it. That's why taking all those files. Redux State and review endpoint done. Okay, now so moving on, we will create the single product, displaying the rendering the single product React side. Okay, so last time we have designed the endpoint for reviews, so we're gonna use it later, but I wanted to show you that part, because in the state we're gonna actually take those reviews and just render them, just pass in the argument. That's why I used it, and later we will just make a logic to write the reviews from the front end and send to that actual endpoint. But for now, we will doing the remaining part that I have told you, like using Redux to bring all the other products. Okay, so likewise, if I click on the product, it should come. It is not coming because it is something else. So we'll fix that for now. Okay, so we will use the same step that we followed for the product. We will follow the same step that we have done from the product page. So we will actually will follow the same step that we have done. The most of the Redux step will be repetitive with some minor change, but you will eventually understand that why we are doing it, because yeah. So let's do that. Let's copy this. Let's paste them and just change it to detail, product detail request, and this. So yeah, so let's try to use this now. So we will first create our action first, as we done reducer first, then we create our action. So it will be product reducer maybe. So most of the thing will be same. Let me copy this thing actually and paste here, and we will make some changes here. It will be product detail. So for now it will be product, and product will be actually a object for now where we'll pass our reviews. So it that is foreign key actually. It will list of reviews actually. So it will list of reviews that will pass, but it will contain for now empty actually, because we haven't created the endpoint from the front end to pass it in. So if you make a request, we will not make a API call to that endpoint that we created earlier. So it will be for now it will be empty. So I just wanted to use it because later we will create reviews and there it will helpful. Okay. So now it will be product only. So for now it will just contain the initial state, whatever state it will have. So we will spread operator. So and we will change this, control D, it will be detail. I don't remember details actually. So let's import them. So we'll just making use of the spread operator. So initially why will we using, because in the API call it should contain the initial state value, that whatever URL for product we are visited. That's why it will state, and it will be product only. So loading will be there, and error and product, we're gonna destructure them. So reducer is ready actually. Let's now work on the actions now. Before that, let's check the state that this is being registered or not. Product details reducer. Okay, let's see that now. I'm gonna open in new Windows actually, and we'll see something is there or not. Okay, product list are there. Products we have. Okay, we haven't registered in the state. Okay, forgot about that. So let's open our state.js store.js. So just register them here in our command reducer. It will be, I'm going to copy this actually. It will be product detail, and product detail reducer, and let's see our state now. It should update it now. Yeah, see that we have product list, and inside that we have the product and the reviews. Okay, later it will be filled, but we are able to register our reducer to the store. So now it is there. Now you need to apply the action to state using and the reducer that will change the state basically. So let's do that now. So for that we can close the store now and constant also. So let's open our product action. So hope you are understanding. Like everything is repetitive actually, whatever we done for previously. So it will be again, it will be same. So I'm gonna copy that. So let's copy this. Action will be also same. So that's why I'm gonna copy this. Maybe details, and it will contain some ID that we pass from the params. And I will change again this. Actually, product detail request, let's see it is coming or not. Then product detail success, fail. Okay, so and we make API call. If you remember what were our endpoints, let's open that file. Let's open this endpoint and let's see for single product what we have defined endpoint. So it's only product and ID, so we'll pass the ID here. That's it. We'll dynamically pass the ID, if you remember, $, the ID, that is our endpoint. So we'll get the data, we'll destructure the data, and that's it. So now we have to dispatch these actions. So we have to go to product page, and let's see what we can do now. Here we don't need products now, and we need to create a use state actually basically. So let's remove this also. We'll destructure the ID, that part is true. We first defined here const dispatch equal to use dispatch. It's not coming. Let's go to home page. Let's import that. Use dispatch and use selector from Redux reduce. So let's come here and paste it here and use it here. So we'll call this hope. So it is being dispatched. Now we'll create our use effect. Use effects effect, and we're gonna import this use effect. And we don't need any cleaning function, and we'll dispatch here. Dispatch our list product. List product details. Yeah, this one only, and we'll pass the product ID here. And we're gonna need this dispatch interdependency. So for now it won't be coming because we haven't used the use selected to select the tag part of state and rendered it. But from that I forgot one thing also. I haven't. Okay, I passed the dispatch. I thought I haven't passed. So let's see that it's coming or not. So but for now it's to how I am doing a filtered product only now. So instead of filtered product, okay, there's many references are there. Let's change it to product and just define this product actually. Let's replace this. So see, nothing is coming because we haven't passed anything. These are coming from different thing. reviews array, but nothing is coming. But if you see our state, you will see here it has come. See, we have all the products. So this is ID, match this ID with this, match this ID with this ID here, the URL ID. So we are getting the product. We can change the difference also, loading true to false. And if you go to some other products, I will show you difference. Suppose I go to here. So you see here all are changed, and this state is being changed here. If you see there, okay. So we are getting this, and perfect. We have our products. Now we have to render them using use selector. So hope you're understanding. I am going through step by step and slowly, so that you can understand in the start of the this basically design, connecting the backend endpoint, backend and frontend. Later I will do faster, but try to understand. It's very easy, and it is very, I could say, elegant way to render the things and do API wiring. So let's remove them now, and let's use our use selector here. So let's see how we have done it here. We're gonna do the same way. So let's do that. I'm gonna copy this actually from the, or we should design from the beginning, no worry. Let's come back here, use product details, maybe details equal to use selector, and we will take the state, and we will state dot whatever state we have in our store tab. Let's go to store. I'm showing you very slowly actually, so that you can understand, and we grab the state from this product state. So we have the products. Now let's destructure the things we need to render. We first have the loading, then we have the error, then we have the product in the reducer. Remember that what we have done earlier. So if you remember here in the action part, we have this loading, product, and the error. So let's see, it's to render now. Details, see the details are coming because there is no review for that product actually, and yeah, everything is coming now. It is coming from directly from backend, and let's see the data here. It's already there. Let's refresh this once. So we have this thing. Perfect. We are not rendering reviews actually, so that's why it's making empty. So let's see what's issue with this image. So actually, if you remember that we are getting in earlier also, let's go to the product section only. Earlier means in homepage also. So it should be, if you remember here, we have done this way. If you go here, this is the way we are doing it. So we need to make API call to get the image from the Multer. So I'm going to copy exactly the same thing here, and come back here. So it should have now the image. Okay, perfect. Let's look into other things. Okay, good. Everything is coming. Review is not defined. Any one product should have the review. Okay, this have the one review. Perfect. We will make an API call to actually give a review later actually, not now. Okay, so perfect, nice. We have done with that, and I want to use where is that container? Product details should be okay. Everything inside this only. So let's copy everything. So we're gonna use, if you remember here how we are doing it in the earlier, so we'll check for loading. So if loading is true, then we're gonna render here loading, else we have error. We're gonna render here something went wrong, or we're gonna render the whole thing. Okay, perfect. Let's refresh it. So see, the loading was coming, if you see here. Okay, so now if you see that the error and the loading we are using many times, so we will later create a container for them. Okay, loading container and the product container. So we can create it now also, because there are two references might become reference. So let's go to components. And let's create some component here. Let's go link loading. .jsx rfc. So we're gonna use here this part. Later we'll change it to some spinner. Okay, later at the design end. So let's use this now. We have used here. So instead of this loading every time, let's load this component only. Loading. It's not coming. Okay, I need to import manually. Import loading from dot components loading. Perfect. We're going to do same thing here. And we will do the same for error now. So we'll create now error, but there will some message, also warning message, some some success message. So I will create one div for every message basically. So it will be more generic. So let's create that. Let's name it a message component gsx rfc. So what's going to do here, we'll pass the props here. We'll pass two thing here, class name and children. So what's we're going to do here, we'll dynamically render some class name here. It will be message container, and whatever the class name we have passed, $sign class name. Okay, and we'll pass here the children here. So it will take whatever message we will pass from the component. Okay, so let's design this and basically use this. Message. So we'll use class name here, error message. We'll design it later, and we'll pass our error here. Okay, so it will work. Perfect, loading is coming. And let's see if I make something wrong here. Let's do not here. Where is the API call? It's in action now. Okay, so let's make some, and let's see the error is coming or not. Okay, something went wrong is coming. Perfect. So and let's implement that class message container. We have some class, some styles actually. So I will do it for in the app.css because it's a global CSS, so it will be applicable to everyone. So it will make a display flex, allied item center, and height auto maybe. Nothing will change because we need to do for this error message also. So where we have product page only, error message. Okay, we have only one check. Okay, sorry. So let's do here background. Let's give it a PG color, BG. Let's give it as danger alert. We don't have that red. Let's give it red only. Let's see. Okay, it's not applying. Maybe background only. Okay, it's not coming. Let's see what's happened. We don't have any error. It's okay, server. We don't have anything. Let's try again. Let's inspect this. Okay, we're getting undefined here. Let's see why it's coming undefined. Okay, we've done mistake here actually. Okay, that's what they see. So props were passing wrong. So because we are passing the class name here and we are using that one. So okay, anyway, resolve it. But I wanna use this red, and color will be red. Okay, maybe height should not be auto. Let's give it some VH. Not height. Okay, I was giving height. Not, it should be width. Sorry about that. Okay, still the same. And let's give some VH. Perfect. And let's align them center. Justify content center. Perfect. I think I need the height also. It will be height. And let's give it a maybe 2M will be enough. Okay, cool. Maybe text bold. Okay, now it's perfect, cool, and loading is also coming. And let's now fix that error before we forget that. Where was that? Here. Perfect. So we have done with that. We have make our component also, and next we will work on the cart side. So we'll make this dynamically added and deleted. We will use work on this also. Okay. So let's commit our changes now. Let's close the server. We are able to work on a single product page, and all the data coming from the database. Now let us work on the different things, that is add to cart button. So we'll work on that so that we can redirect to the cart page, and we will design. Now we will make it dynamic. So these are static version, only the design part. Now we work on the backend side of it. Okay, so before that, let's go into the product page, and let's work on this quantity button. So as you know, we need to pass this in a quit UI. So we need to increase or decrease button first. So let's work on that. Then let me give you the entire flow also. So what we'll do, so once we work on this quit UI part, we will store it in a state. Then we will start add to cart button. That is, on adding to cart button, we will use something like, we will use the actually the here the product ID and the QTI and the quantity. So we'll pass it to the cart page. So through the cart page, we'll take everything from the actually from the params, and we'll work on these things. Okay, we will store this in local storage because we want the user to be add to cart button if here they are not login. So for that purpose, we will use the local storage to store those values also. So we work on everything. So this designing the cart page a little bit, I can say, involvement of many steps that might take you to little bit difficult to understand. So please try to focus from the very beginning. I will go through every step and don't miss any step. Okay, if you have any issue, just watch the lecture 2 to 3 times, you will understand it. Okay, so by saying that, let's begin working on this side. Before that, let's go to product page only. So for that, we are gonna use state here. Let's define the use state here only, maybe up to this. So use state, let's start the snippet and let's import this first. So it will be to our quantity. So let's name it QTY for short for quantity. Set QTY, and initially it will be 1. So any product will not have the cart to 0, and if they have 0, we will disable the icon of disable that div itself. So what I mean by that, so if you go back here, add to cart button, here 0, we won't show this icon itself. Okay, so that's why it should only show the quantity that have state of 1. Okay, hope you're getting it. So let's get into that. Where is that button? And let's wrap this div. So we'll use here. So we will use the count in stock. If count in stock, let's make it greater than 0, and so this div only. So let's see that. So we'll not showing that icon if they are not in out of stock. Okay, so it's better way to do that. Now let's working on the logic for that. Whenever there is a stock, so what's we gonna do here, we will be using On click event on this button, so what you're gonna do, we start an arrow function, and so we'll here set the quantity as, and we will take a previous value. You know how to use that actually. Hope you are familiar with this use state part. So we'll take a previous value, and we will do that if prev is greater than 1. Prev is defined as the state of the previous state of the the use state. Okay, so if this greater than 0, if greater than 1, if this greater than 1, then only we can do prev -1, else we just make it 1. Means what does this mean? This mean that whenever the minimum value is less than 1, we are not going to decrease it 0, because cart cannot be 0. So once if it is greater than 1, then only decrease that, otherwise it will be 1. So this will handle the case for the prev is less than 1. Okay, I'll save this. So and now we will just display the QTY here, the state part. So this will come from our state now, because we will increase and decrease the state, that's why. And for this part, on click, we will use an arrow function, same thing, set QTY. This time prev, if prev is like less than, what was that, what was the array here, product, the product dot count in stock. If it is less than count in stock, and then only we increase, otherwise it won't go behind whatever the cart is defined here, else the same thing here, whatever we have. Now let's see it's working or not. Let's refresh the page. It's not working. Let's see any error is there or not. Okay, we haven't defined here, sorry. If we need to define it, prev implies, so if prev is greater than this, then only this, then or this. Okay, let's see this. So silly error actually. Let's refresh the page. Okay, it's working now, perfect. These are warning only, I guess. Yeah, okay, these are warning, just leave it. Maybe I list, okay, I should have provided a unique key here. Let's remove that error actually. When we are looping through it, we are not looping here actually. Let's see the line where it is coming. Okay, review part actually. Okay, so little bit, I guess, review part. We just bringing it from reviews. It's coming from reviews. So do we provide any ID? Okay, we have provided. Let's use this for now to remove that error without warning. It's looking ugly here, that's why. So we're mapping through it, so we can provide a key here, review dot id. So we are not going to get that error. So let's refresh this page. I don't want to see the errors. Okay, now that gone. Now let's see what is this. Cannot as descendant of P. Let's leave it. But anyhow, it's working. So it's the count in stock is it 10 actually. If you see this, let's see in the database products. Let's check the iPhone Pro. So all the stock is 10 here. So if you change the stock, it will come up to that only. Okay, for that purpose, let's change the stock basically. Let's make it 7. Okay, let's update this, and it is iPhone only. Let's refresh this. So now what happened? See this. So only up to the high stock we can increase it. Okay, so hope it is clear to you now. So everything will be 1. Initial stock will be 1, then we can increase from here. Okay, so hope this is clear to you guys, and whenever there is no stock, we will won't show that, but clicking the button itself. Okay, so very nicely done. Perfect. Hope you are able to, it is clear to you guys, and very interesting one actually. Okay, so now we have done this part. Let's now work on the this button actually, the add to cart button. So what we'll do actually in add to cart button, we just redirect us to the cart page. We are not going to do any logic here. We will take the QTI value and the product ID and go into the cart page, and then we'll work on that part here. Okay, so this way we are working. Hope you're getting the logic here. From the product page, we will pass the QTI and the product ID through the params, and in the cart page we will cache those via from the params, and we will use them to define a logic for add to cart item or remove them or the anything else. Okay, so let's work on this button. So on click, so we'll do here, we start arrow function, add to cart handler. So we'll design in method, const so for that we're gonna use navigate hook here. Navigate to dot page, navigate to use navigate. So we'll use navigate hook. So before that, let's console log this. So we're gonna console log this /cart. We'll provide here the go to cart with this product ID. So we have the product ID already. Then we provide the QTY equal $sign QTY. So we'll pass the QTY and product ID here. Okay, let's see. So let's open the inspect. Let's go to our console. So we are getting the product ID here and the QTY and this. So let's use slash here. So now again refresh. Let's add 2 times this and let add 2 items. So we are getting 2 here and the product ID and the QTY. Okay, so we'll pass this through our product page to the cart page where we can use via that. Okay, so let's work on that. So we, instead of console log, we will now navigate that. Okay, so let's work on that. Okay, basically if you cut it out, it will work actually. So we'll work on that actually, how this is happening. Okay, so we are not able to do it because we haven't defined a route actually. Okay, that is this. So let's go to our let's close this now. We don't need home page. we need a star, but we don't need this now. Okay, that's been enough. Let's go to where we define our app.jsx here. I think where we define our pages. So we haven't mentioned the ID here, so that's why it's getting issue. So it will be like something like that ID, that related product ID, and this should work now. So now if you refresh, so we're getting this. Okay, so hope it is clear now. So even if we go to cart directly, we can create this because ID and that will be optional, or we can, if you come via this, so we'll go here. Okay, so hope it is clear now. So let's close this and let's start building the cart page now. So first thing will be, if there is no, what is this, if there is no cart, if the cart is empty, then we show your empty list. Okay, so we can come here and we will pop a message here. This is the content, actually this is this content only, so let's use this. So we'll use here. Okay, so we haven't bring the we haven't created the action and we are not passing the payload, so later we will add that. So for now let's leave it. So let's design the now let's work on Redux side of getting the cart and making our action and reducer, everything. Okay, so let's close everything, we don't need server also, and let's go to our constant. Let's create constant file here, cart constant. So we will create constant here, const add to cart equal add to cart. So we work on this first, or maybe something like that, maybe cart add, you can do remove also, that's why cart add item and remove item, that will be more better. Okay, so we can export this. So we can close that constant now. Let's build our reducer now. So let's go to reducer folder and create new reducer as cart reducer. Reducer.js. So we'll do here export const cart reducer. So we'll take the, we have already done it, now everything will be repeated, so try to focus more. I will also go through it everything, I will not miss, but still be focused if you missed any part earlier. So we'll define here state here, as we defined earlier, an object that will contain cart items, and initially it will be empty array and our action. So we pass this thing only, the state and action in reducer, if you remember. So now let's begin our switch statement now. So we'll take action dot type. So first case will be case cart add. Okay, we're not getting it, let's import this manually. Import cart, not coming, cart add item from dot slash constant slash cart constants. If you go here, we have this only na. Let's open the page. Cart constants, not sure. Cart add item, we are exporting. Why is not coming then? Cart add item only na. Let's be sure. Okay, so first case is like cart add item. So what's you gonna do here? So what can you do? We can take the action.payload, whatever by send by action. So we can do something like that. So how will we add to cart item actually? So there will be two scenario involved. First one is like if the item is already exit and we just if you do again add to cart item, we don't want to add the item twice. If the quantity is different, we just gonna increase the quantity. And other case is like in the cart item array there is no cart, there is no product, so we will add new product. So there will be two cases involved, so we'll take care of both the cases. We'll leave it like that. Const item equal to action.payload. In the payload we will have the items and we will check that if the item is already present in the array. Exit item equal to state, we will take the state dot cart items dot find method. We will use the find method in the array because state the cart item in the array, so we will find that. So we will do something like that. The item will present the product which will be basically ID, so we will find like that. We can use anything here. Let's use X only. X dot product equal to if this is present on the item dot product. What does this mean? We are checking in the array if the product of the array is present in the payload that were sent by the action. So if those are present, then we will store in the exit item. Okay, we will check also if it is optional also, because the cart can be empty also, so that's why we will use optional here, because if you check that there is no empty, the cart is empty, then we cannot find this item. So we'll use this optional one. So there will be two cases, like if the suppose the item exit, if exit item, then we're gonna do something else. If not present, then we're gonna add. So let's work on the else part first. So we'll return here, we'll return the existing state, means if some products are already there in the state or the state is empty, so both cases will be handled. And we'll pass here cart items. We'll take the state dot cart item, the existing cart item, and we'll pass our array here, the item, the payload that is coming from the payload. Okay, so or if the item is already exit in the array, then what are we going to return here? If it already exit, we just wanna increase the we just wanna add the item that have the quantity difference than the previous quantity that of the item that were already present in the cart. Okay, so we'll again copy the state cart item, we'll fill the cart items with state dot cart item dot map. So we'll check for that product is already exit, then we're gonna skip dot product actually and basically add the quantity there. That's it only. So we'll check that, we will map through the existing array, because there will be some product which will not match to the product that we try to add, because different product can present and we can add only one product that match to any one of the products or all the products. We'll map here x implies x dot product, that is a product in the array. If it is equal exist item dot product, so if it So exit item will be also we will check for many cases, like exit item can be more than one or one. So we'll map through the cart item state that, and we will match through the exit item. So if it is matched to the exit item, so if it is matched, then we add the item, or we'll add to you. So if the item is exit, so first we check for the if the item already exit in the array. So if it already exit, we're not gonna add them second time. So what we are doing here, we are checking for all the cart items that we get through the state here to the our exit product. So if it is present, then add the, so if it is equal to the exit product, then we gonna add the item, otherwise we just add the whatever in the state. Okay, hope it is clear to you. This is the state, this existing state, this is the item that we get from the payload. So we are comparing those two. So either the item exit, then we add the item, this item. So what does this mean? Means this this item will equal to that item but with different quantity. So we are checking for that product is ID here. So we are checking if the ID match, means that product is already exist but someone try to add the product. So either it can be different quantity or same quantity, but we replace that product only. That is the line it's saying. Otherwise just stay remain with the same items. Okay, hope it is clear to you. You will more understand once I get into the UI side, but I try my best to make you understand this. Okay, so we're done with that. Done with the first time. Let's store them in a store. Let register them in store and see it in our Redux dev-tool. So we'll add here. So let's add only cart. Cart will be cart reducer. Okay, so it is registered in the state. Let's see that now. What happened here? Syntax error. Okay, export default. What happened here? Okay, maybe this way. Okay, got it. Because it's not default. Okay. Now refresh. Now we're returning the default here. That's why. So we have to add that. Where is that? Default. We need to return the state here basically. Okay, so that was coding ratio. Default is needed, otherwise it will get confused. So let's check the dev tool. So now we have cart and we have cart items. Okay, perfect. We are able to register it. Now let's design the action to work on the actions. So action part is important here. Okay, see the product details are there also. Okay, we are on the cart page only. So let's work on that. Let's go to we need to create actually. So let's go to action part and create our cart action. Cart action.js. So let's start working on that. So it's very important part. Try to focus here. So cart export const add to cart action. So we pass here two things here, the ID, whatever product ID, and the QTY, the quantity. So we need both the things to update the quantity, because we are getting through the URL, if you remember, the product ID and the quantity of that product. Otherwise it won't able to add the quantity related to product. Okay, hope it is clear. It's a logical way. So we'll create a function inside a concern, async function, that will take dispatch and get state. It's kind of a use selected that is help us to get a state from local storage. So that's why we are using it. Get state. Okay, so Let's start building this. Before that, let's check what is get state. It might be confusing for you. Let's found here get state. Okay, here it is. So return the current state tree of your application. It is equal to the last value returned by the stored handler. So it will just return the current state, and we will gonna need the state from the local storage to work on that, because we're gonna update the state basically through the local state. So that's why we need the get state here. Okay, current state. Okay, remember that. So let's work on that. So first we're gonna make an API call, const data, destructure the data through API call. Hope Axios is present this time. Okay, Axios.get we'll just use the product. So let's go to product action. We need to do exactly the same API call, and we'll just take not all the items of the product, but few items that is relevant to the cart. Okay, let's close this. So after data is coming, so we're gonna dispatch this. Dispatch type will be dispatch type will add to cart, cart add item, and payload will be, we not pass the entire data here. And earlier we are doing for product, so we are gonna pass different things. So in the product, as I said, it will contain ID, it will contain data, that the product ID that is coming from our database, and we need the name of the product name. It will be data dot name. Hopefully we have name only. Let's see the database. We have name only. Okay. And next we have image, data dot image, price, data dot price, count in stock equal to data dot count in stock. Let's copy from the database only. We don't want to make a silly mistake. Okay. So apart from that, after that we dispatch this action. So we're gonna update our local storage. Local storage like that. We will set item, set and get item, two things. So it will set item. So we'll pass here key value pair. So it will be like cart items, and we're gonna pass the get state here. Get state dot cart, that is our state. If you remember, we just registered there, and cart items. So let's see get state. Okay, so first that before that we have to design our local storage. So let's go back here. Hope you understand what is local storage here. It's just temporarily stored the data in browser. So after that we can design our local storage here. Const cart items equal to local storage. This time we will get item by the ID. If you remember the ID, it is cart item. So if it is present only, and it may not present every time. So if it is present, okay, we made one more thing here. We should make it string value. It's not a string value basically. So you can do here JSON dot stringify. So same thing we need to do. Where parse this JSON, actually JSON dot parse. So this is the JavaScript way to parse and make it string. So array, actually we are getting array. So local storage dot get item, and the string value is cart item. Otherwise make the state empty. What happened here? Okay, we are inside the JSON dot parse. So we'll get the items from the state that from local storage, and we just pass in initial state. So in this way it will remain in initial state. So I think I made this before initial state, so I should move this before the initial state. Okay, and initial state we can provide here. For the initial state of cart, we will provide here cart items for now. Okay, so hope this is clear to you. It's a very important step, you need to remember that, the action part. So let me go through it once again. We need to pass the quantity also, that is passed by the state. We forgot that. So we are dispatching that, and we are setting up the local storage with these items. Okay. So once if we dispatch this action while add to cart item, so it will be added to local storage, and from local storage we are updating the initial state here. Okay, hope this is clear to you. It can empty array also sometime. If the local storage get item, if this present, otherwise we pass this to empty array. Okay, so let's go to cart page, and let's start building this. So we'll have here const, we will destructured id, and use params, and we'll make it product id here. From the params we'll getting the id. Now hope you remember that we have make the params like that, cart id in the id, that is the product id. Const, and we're gonna use the use navigate hook. So we will use it for the navigating to login and redirect to the checkout page. Okay, we will use it later, so I defined it if I forget. So now we need the qtui, const qtui, and it is coming from location dot, it is coming from the search param. So we'll use search here. So return the location object query including the this. Okay, I hope this is clear. If it is non-empty, then it will return with this. So let's see this first, what is contained, and it might be empty, but let's console log this. qtui implies qty. Let's see this first. Okay, let's go to let's refresh. Okay, it's present already. Let's go back here, let's check, select anyone. Perfect, it is coming. So we get the qti along with the question mark. So we're gonna, it's kind of an string now, and we're gonna split the string by the equal to sign and get this number. Okay, so let's do that. Well, later. So if it's present, if it's non-empty, then we're gonna do location dot search. We're gonna split this string, split it by equal to sign. What happened if we do that? Let's see again. Check what is happening here. Okay, we haven't provided that. Else it will be 1 always. So let's see that now. So we get this array actually. 0th part is QTY and the second part is 3. So we're gonna retrieve this third part from the index 1. You can do here the index 1. Let's see what will come now. See, so we're getting the quantity. If you go back, add again, you'll get the quantity. Okay, perfect. So we use this location dot source for getting the QTY. So we have the QTY, and one more thing, like it should be a number. It's not, it will be string only, no, that's why. So it will be a number. So let's use dispatch now. Action that const dispatch equal to use dispatch and we start our use effect here, and we're gonna import this use effect. And we don't need any cleanup function. We can remove this, and we can check if product ID exit, then only we can dispatch this action. If it doesn't exit, we are not going to dispatch. So if product ID exist, dispatch add to cart will dispatch this action with the product ID and the QTY. And we need here the dispatch. Dependent on dispatch, it will change. Product ID will change and QTY will change. Now it should update our state, and we are not going to select and render it, but it will update our state. Let's see that. So see that. Okay, let's go back. Let's go here and let's add something. Add it to cart, and let's go to here. Okay, it's not calling. Something went wrong. Cannot read the undefined property. Why is it coming? It's calling undefined property. Why is that? Let's console log this. Let's console log this data. What is happening here? Products for cart and the data. Let's see. Okay, it's because I got it now. I forgot to use async await here. It should await this, why it's returning that one. If I'm not awaiting, every time I forget this, await. Now it should come. Perfect, and action might be triggered now, and we have the cart item. See this, we have added this cart. If we add another one, let's do this way. If we add another one, go back here. It is coming now. Let's add the camera. Perfect, it's updating our state. See that card we are triggering state, and this is also updating our local storage here. And also, if you visit the inspect the element, let's go to action and go to local storage. Okay, see that we have our cart items also, and we are storing the tokens also. Okay, so cart item array, see that we have our cart item in local storage now. Perfect. So we are able to bring update our local storage. So if you refresh this page, it will still remain. So in this way we can intact the state here. Okay, so let's now render the data. We should use now use selector now. Const use selector equal to use selector, and we select the state and we're gonna destructure that. We should use cart here. So we're gonna take the state. We're gonna do, so we'll take the state and we'll take the select the cart page of the state dot cart. So we'll take the cart, we'll select the cart from the, okay, I have done in this page, sorry. We'll select the part of the state that contain the cart. Okay, we are doing it, and we're gonna destructure the cart item const. We only have cart item, if you remember that, cart item from the cart. So if you do that, and let's console log this. You should be able to see the cart items now. Okay, let's go back. Okay, we have 2 items here, and these are our cart only. See that 3 of the camera, and 1 part is iPhone maybe. Yeah. Okay, so we're able to bring that. So we have the cart. Now we can just render it out. Okay, we are now we will use dynamically now. Image we are passing also, right? Okay. So first check the condition. We are not going to do entire part, but for this part only, we'll check the condition where it's ending. So if it's not present, we will show empty part here. The cart is empty and nothing to add. So if cart item, it will be array. So if the length is equal 0, if it is the case, then we just pass the message here. That your cart is empty, else we render this div. Okay. Let's see the message. Do you have any passing any props here? Okay, class name and the children. What are you passing in the children? Let's go to product page. I completely forgot that. Product page, how we are doing it. Okay, we need to pass inside this actually. This will be our children, and this is the string actually, and the class name will be, we passing any class name here. Let's error, maybe warning message. Let's work on this. Okay, is something wrong? Okay, we passed this, sorry. That's what I'm thinking, it's to come here. So we need to do, like, we need to clear the items first, and we'll see that. Let's go to application, and now we can only clear this way only. So if you display this, if you refresh this, you can see the cart is empty coming. The was is not staying. Okay, I haven't deleted this. How it's coming by directly? Okay, we don't have the go back button. We'll show that button also, but I don't understand that why it filling, how it's dispatching the action. Okay, maybe this way. Let's just now, it won't come now. Okay, it was coming in the URL itself. That's why if you clicked on cart, it should come like that. Okay, your cart is empty. Warning message. Do you make it already make this class? Okay, I don't remember how it's coming like that. Maybe go here. we already created this. Okay, we already created it, that's why. So let's now work on other things. So first thing first, we will just render. We don't want to use the products now. We're going to use our cart items to so we'll use here cart items dot map. So it will be product dot name, but if you remember how we are, the image won't come. If you remember the earlier part also, we have to pass the endpoints also. So if you go back, product dot it image part, so upload folder we need to provide this again. So rest is same, product dot price, and so let's come now. Okay, where we are using products here? We are using products. We remove it now, right? Using products somewhere also. Where is we using? Okay, here we are using. So we can change them to cart items. Okay, so let's add some items. Perfect, we are coming here. And if you remain, it will remain here. So and it's coming from that. If you again go back and add something else, so 2 item will come and 2. Perfect. And it is also adding up is also working. Okay, nice, because we already done it. So initially we are making the product price and adding it to title. Okay, this one also worked, but we will use it different way. But yeah, you're able to design the cart now dynamically. Okay, so it is clear. The quantity are not coming. Let's work on that. So where we are, so I'm mapping through it and making it here, and let's work on this on click now. So on click, we're gonna dispatch add to cart. We'll pass here. Let's change into product to items. Actually, it's not making sense now. Control D. Let's change this for item, and I need to provide a because we have this only, na, right? If you see the action part, product, it is unique. Okay, and yeah, control D, item, anything left, this one, item. Now it's making more sense. Okay, so we need to pass here the go back method also. So let's work on this first. Item dot product and item dot qty. I think you cannot directly do that, so let's work on this way. Try to work. You cannot directly dispatch this, so CRE decrease qty. Is it pass the item dot qty only? Let's work on this. Can we do that? We can define the function here. Const and we'll get the QTY here. So where is QTY coming? Let's pass the QTY, and we need to use that one also. How will I define it? Okay, we need to pass the product ID also. Same thing we need to do for increase. So and we can define down click action here. I will make it increase. And they're not getting anything. Why you're not getting anything here? Let's check console. Let's refresh this element. Maybe why it's not coming. Decrease quantity is there and nothing is there. Why it's like that? Okay, so we'll be not in count and stack. We will be passing count and stack. We should pass the quantity here. Okay, silly. Now it should come. Okay, yeah. So if you increase this, okay, it's coming, and it should update our application also. Let's record item 3. If you add more, it is increasing. If you decrease, then it's adding. Okay. Oh, and let's decrease. Oh, in decrease is because I used the same function. Sorry. It should be -1, but yeah, it's still working. So we have this. If you increase this, it will make it 3. If you decrease this, it will make it 2 and 1. It should not be 0. Okay, it's making 0. Oops. So we need to take care of this also. So we can put a condition here. If QTY is less than 1, greater than 1, then only we do that. Otherwise we are not going to do that. So let's refresh this and see if any error is coming. So we cannot decrease it to 0, but we can increase. Okay, now it's working. Same for this. So now both are changed. Cool, we're able to do that. Perfect. It should be update our state also. Let's see how it's updating the state. If you increase, okay, it should be like this. Let's increase. Okay, it's increasing the state. See, the state is coming. It is triggered. Okay, it's working. And one more thing, like we cannot increase it beyond the count in stock. So we need to pass that one also. How can I do that? We have to come back here again, and we have to pass again one more thing, that is item.count on stack. Item.count spring from here. I always make a mistake here, that's why. So we need 3 part actually. Item dot, perfect now, and we need it here. Count in stock, and same for here, count in stock. So if it in decrease person, we don't need a count in stock, because either way it will decrease to less than 1. So we can remove this part from the decrease function. We're not going to use that here also. Because we don't require. Understood that, because we are just making it to 1. We are already defined that, so we don't need here. And but for this part we need. So we will check here. if qty less than count in stock, then only dispatch. It will be less than or equal to, then only you can increase. Okay, let's see that now. It should work now. Let's see the quantity of this mouse. Where is that mouse? It's count in stock 12. It should not increase beyond 10 now. Let's see that. Perfect. So every time state should updated also. Okay, so nice, we have done that perfectly. And we should increase the price also. Price is not increasing. Okay, let's work on this part now. It should increase the price. Perfectly, we are able to do that. It was not a big deal. Without using the use state, we are able to do that. Here we are doing, we should not pass the cart item dot length here now. We need to reduce this. We just need the QTI here basically. So we can take here accumulator and the item. So item dot accumulator, we will take this and we'll add this accumulator plus the item that is coming from the cart item dot qty, and initial value will be 0. So we'll add those things. So now it should be same. Why it's coming 3 now? Okay, because 2 for this, and if you increase this it will come here. Okay, like that way. So now let's increase the price here. We're not going to use this cart item dot reduce. It will be accumulator again. It doesn't matter, accumulator dot total, and it will be item. So what you're going to do here, item dot price into item dot qty. Now it should come like that. Okay, if we decrease, it will decrease here. Perfect. 12, 24. Okay, so it's working. And so we're done with this part also. And one more thing we need to work on this part, the state updating. Like once we add the button, we should update the plus icon. Okay, we will work on that. So we have done with the cart, and let's now commit our changes, and let's do add the let add the remove cart functionality now. So on clicking this, we should be able to remove them. Okay, let's do that now. Let's commit our changes first. Add to cart. So let's work on that now. So let's create, again follow the same state. Let's create our constant first. Not constant, sorry. So let's go to constant and let's create constant. It will be cart. So we are done with a constant. Let's go here. Let's design the reducer first. So now the next case will be case cart remove item. So what we'll do here, we will return return the existing state, and cart items, cart item dot state. We're gonna get into the state. We will set the cart item basically. So we'll set the cart item at state dot cart items dot filter. We're gonna filter the product that we're gonna remove. We are not removing the entire cart items basically. So we are just copying the state and we're updating the state with the filter value that is not will be not in that is in not in the payload. So payload will contain the product ID that we want to delete. So we'll find that product ID that does not contain, so we will remove that basically. So basically what we are doing, we are updating the cart item with the products which does not contain ID that is being deleted. So it will contain the cart item that are not being deleted, and the deleted item will be gone from the state. Okay, hope it is clear to you. It's just simple logical thinking. Okay, so we'll do simply here. X implies we'll take the products of the existing state and we'll compare without payload. If not equal to the payload will contain the product ID. Okay, we'll send like that. So we're gonna return that. Okay, hope it is clear to you guys. Let's save this. What I have done here, save this. Okay, so let's work on the remove. Let's design the action now. Export const remove from cart. Let's rename like that. Remove from cart equal to, we're gonna take the ID and design the async function because there will be API call, because we need the dispatch, and then after the dispatch we need get state. Remember that it's kind of a use selector that will help to get the state, basically part of the state. So dispatch type cart payload. So we're providing the payload here, the ID, that is the product ID. That's what I'm told you. So we just provide the ID yet, we don't need to provide anything else. So we got done with that. And after dispatch, I think we need to set up the local storage also, because we want to remove from local storage also. So let's do that. Local storage dot set item will set with the current state, that the after removal state basically. Okay, hope you're getting it. So we'll stringify that. We have already done that because it's not gonna be string response. So we'll use the get state from the state cart dot cart items. So hopefully we have only these cart items only now. Let me check that. Okay, cart items only. So what are we doing here? We are just dispatching the action cart remove item that will just change the state excluding that product. That's it. We're doing that like that, and that's it. I guess we need to now get into the cart state and just design the delete option functionality here. And where is that? Let's work on this now. So we'll do on click. In on click we'll design the arrow function, remove item from cart, maybe because I don't want to identify that. We pass the item dot product which will contain the ID, and let's design it So we are not going to put it inside the use effect, because we are not going to call every time the state updated. It's only time we just press in the button. So we need to design that this way only, and we will just what was the method? Remove from cart, call this action, and pass. We are passing the item here, right? I forgotten that. Okay, yeah, we need the ID here, so we can pass directly ID, which will be coming from here, ID. Okay, I think we're done now. So I should dispatch this now. So let's see it's working or not, and it should delete. Yeah, it's updating the cart items also. If it deletes this one also, perfect, the cart is empty. Let's again add something. So I should place that hover option here. That one should be done here for hover option. Okay, we haven't provided any class here. Let's provide inner style here. Let's do on hover, or directly hover only. So we cannot do it directly, so let's better use a class name here, and delete img button btn. Let's work on this. Control P app.css. Let's come here. So we're gonna do hover. We cannot provide pseudo class in inner, so on hover, cursor, pointer, that's it. Let's refresh this. I don't want to use this, it's not working. I didn't save. Let's see now. Okay, so we have this. We can directly delete, and we can see the Redux also here. So I don't wanna. So let's delete this. Maybe to refresh this. I don't know how it's work. Let's refresh this actually. Okay, cart remove is playing. Okay, let's go back again, add some items. Let's add this, and let's remove this. Add to cart item is here, and we can see the payload. We can remove it. We can see the payload. That is the cart ID, and that is the product ID. Okay, so hope it is clear to now. So we are able to do that, and it's working perfectly fine. And we should remove the checkout button also if the product item is cart is empty. So let's do that also. So where is that checkout button? Yeah, we can do this shipping and checkout only. Now we rendered this div only if cart item greater than 0, then only show this. Return greater than 0, or we should use the same length. Okay, it's array actually, no? Okay, I'll do that. Dot length. So let's replace this. If I remove this, okay, we don't have the add to cart item, or you can disable that also, whatever you want. Let's disable that also. Means change the color, can change directly here, or let it be, doesn't matter actually. Yeah, let's not provide the bottom at whole. Okay, so we're able to done with the remove item also. Next we will work on the user authentication now. So we'll work on this side. So we'll now use this to create our user and use that, because now whatever page we will design that require the user to be present, like the checkout payment page. User cannot make a checkout or payment without without authenticated. So we'll work on that part. Okay, so we're done with the cart side. Now we're done with the rendering dynamically for using the states. So hope it is now becoming a little bit clear to you, like how it is working. Okay, so we have designed this beautiful clicking option and everything. We have designed add to cart option like that and like that. Perfect. You can reduce this also, you can delete also. Perfect. We are ready to go. So I just wanna, before that, let's use the go back option also, because go back option. So let's go to product page. Let's fetch that CSS directly. So we'll use it here once we are rendering the message here, because we want to go back without clicking on that. So if click item is 0, then with this, and maybe inside this only. Yeah. Okay, let's see how it's looking. There is only that is okay. It's now working fine. We have the beautiful warning message and everything. Next we'll work on authentication pass. Okay, client side authentication. Okay, let's commit our changes now. Remove. Okay. Let's see the logs. Git log dash dash one line. So there are so many now commits we have. Okay, let's work on that.